Let's start with technology. And I would like to start with a philosophic question, Dieter. Good morning.
Morning.
Now, we have the possibility at Beckhoff to use centralized drive technology and also decentralized drive technology. So now I think we need to dig into it. What is the differences between the one and the other philosophy?
The most different is that on a decentralized systems, mostly the amplifier, so the electronic components, are located directly or really close to the motor, like for a nearby solution or something like that. In opposite to the central solutions, where all these electronic components normally are located in a central control cabinet, so a little bit away from the motors in the plant.
Okay, now you have so many years of experience with our support department, our I/O department. Do you have a preference of one or the other?
Well, it's not so easy to say because it really 100% depends on the customer application. Because, of course, if you have a central solution, they are really, if you have some temperature problems, dust in your application and so on, it's better to use a central one because then all these electronic components are in a safety environment. So in a central switch cabinet, mostly air conditioned. On the opposite, if you're using this decentralized solution, the motor electronic is directly at the motor. So less cabling, more modular, really flexible if you want to change something in the plant.
Okay. Now, if it's decentral now, so what do we need to integrate that into the motor to make it a decentralized drive system?
Yeah, what we are doing is that we put directly the electronics, so the servo amplifier, for example, to the motor. You see it here. This is a standard motor, and we attach directly the electronic. It's the same electronic we use here in our IP20 solutions for the switch cabinet.
Okay.
And you see what is missing? You don't need the cable from the controller to the motor because you only have one or two cable, depends a little bit, to the motor.
Okay. But we still need to communicate. I mean, with centralized automation, the controller is here, we got EtherCAT as the backbone, so communication is done. So how do we communicate with the decentralized drive system now?
Totally right, but it's 100% identical.
Okay.
We have EtherCAT in each terminal, and of course we have EtherCAT in our decentralized drive solutions. So therefore, it's independent what you are using. In both cases, we use EtherCAT. We have a really high-performant deterministic communication with our CPU.
So for actually the Trinket user, then the same story. He either sees it centralized or decentralized. It is basically the same component, but just different location.
100% the same program as well.
Okay. Now we have a huge variety of decentralized automation products here, and motion products. Now you have a special version also here on the trade show, which has a 48-volt supply.
Yeah.
So where do we need 48 volt?
For example, for AGVs.
Oh, you mean this automatic guided vehicles? Okay.
Exactly, because they are normally battery powered. So you have 24 or 48 volts on board. So, and therefore, these kind of drives fits perfectly. You don't need any converters to get 400 volts or something like that.
Now, I have an automatic cleaning robot. I don't need it for that. I don't have an AGV. So where do we need it as well?
Yeah, all of our normal machine customers, machine builders are using that as well because it's mostly more compact than the 400 up to 690 volt AC drives, for example. So if you need really compact and flexible solutions, you also can use this in standard machines.
All right, so basically...
It's limited to 1 kilowatt.
Okay, understandable. All right, cool, a good entry.